It's time, guys. It's New Year's Eve. 2021 is officially over. Now, looking back, what can we say about 2021? Well, it was better than 2020. 2021 was such an interesting year. We're coming off a year that everybody was terrified for their lives, hoping that they could stay alive, keep their jobs. Racial conflict and politics were everywhere. There was an entire election, it was an absolute mess, and we could barely even leave our house. So 2021, for the most part, was essentially a rehab year. The world essentially overdosed on some terrible drugs. We were down bad, getting back to our old ways while still being safe and productive. Not only does this apply to our world as a whole, but I think it also applies to Sonic. I know that sounds so freaking stupid. The economy, politics, racial conflict, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic's 2020 was very weird. Before the pandemic started, Sonic had an amazing year with the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, one of the biggest things to ever happen to the franchise. But because of that said pandemic, the entire world went downhill, and by result, companies didn't know what the heck to do. Sega was one of those companies, and they didn't handle it as well as others did. So the year unfortunately tapered off into mediocrity. Some would say just downright bad. I personally thought the year was alright. I gave it a 7 out of 10 because I think the movie earned the franchise enough respect that it rightfully deserved. I think the licensing took the biggest step it took maybe ever. The comics were still going strong, mobile content was great. The biggest thing that was just a holdback for everybody was the fact that there was no home console releases, Sonic's bread and butter. And while yes, there were a lot of angry fans, and I mean a lot of them, in the back of everyone's minds, we were looking towards the next year, 2021, because 2021 was Sonic the Hedgehog's 30th anniversary. The series turns 30. Surely there is something amazing on the horizon. So what did we get? Well, I'm sure a lot of you guys know. It was full of a lot of ups and downs and all arounds. I love making that joke.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
This was, without a doubt, one of the craziest years in Sonic the Hedgehog history, and that doesn't necessarily mean all good, but that also doesn't mean necessarily all bad either. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Sonic the Hedgehog's 30th anniversary, or 2021, going month by month to get a proper idea of how this year went for the Blue Blur. Without any further ado, let's dive into this. This is Sonic the Hedgehog's 30th anniversary year in review. The beginning of January was very much so like the end of 2020. Just because it's 2021 didn't really mean that there was going to be any big significant difference right off the bat. January almost came and went without really anything that major. Really just small little reports every once in a while. Mainly in relation to Sonic Prime and very minuscule filming updates for Sonic Movie 2. But just because it kicked off like this doesn't mean it ended like that either.
Thank you so much for everybody that reached out and took the time to share with me your thoughts and your reflections on 10 years in a really cool role. So thanks.
This was an absolute freaking bombshell. This was a constant in Sonic the Hedgehog. Just having Roger there, knowing that he's the voice of Sonic. Well, not everybody loved his Sonic. It was something that was extremely instrumental in the franchise. He was Sonic, and hearing from the man himself and from the official Sonic accounts that he's leaving was an absolute mind freak. What does this mean for the future of Sonic? The last time they changed up voice actors, the series changed drastically. After Sonic Forces and so many flops on the video game front, are they finally going to be changing stuff up? It was very bittersweet. A lot of people loved Roger. There's so many fans of him. People were freaking crying because of this.
Wow.
But at the same time, Roger marked an era of Sonic that a lot of people view as a negative shift, and possibly returning to what fans liked at one point, or just going in a completely new direction was exciting at the same time. And what happened the next day further fueled this discussion. Warren Graff and Ken Pontac are gone. While there was no big statement from either of them on social media or Sonic posting about this, this was very exciting. There was no bittersweetness, this was all sweet. Well, I'm sure Warren Graff and Ken Pontac are swell guys, maybe. God, I'm so mean to them. I think the Sonic fanbase as a collective for once can actually say with full confidence that they didn't like the portrayal of Sonic the Hedgehog as a character and just the representation of this franchise as a whole through their writing. Not a single one of these is good. Colors is passable, maybe. Sonic Generations story doesn't exist. Lost World is a mess of its own. They wrote the worst episode of Sonic Boom, and we all know about Sonic Forces. They have been nothing but terrible throughout their entire 10 years as Sonic the Hedgehog writers. They're not Sonic fans, they don't understand the franchise, they found out about this stuff through Wikipedia. While I'm not saying hire fans to write your stories, at least have some knowledge about what you're writing. They've butchered these characters, this world, this story, this lore that we've loved for years, and knowing that there's a new regime coming in was exciting. And not just that, but it further validated this idea and concept that Sonic as a video game franchise would be shifting. What a freaking month. Wow. Started off so small with nothing official, and then boom, back-to-back days of giant bombshells. January had nothing tangible, nothing you could get your hands on, play. There was no real content given to us, but that news, that information was so huge for the Sonic fanbase. But February? Oh, February made up for that. There it is. After a month of waiting, after a strangely deleted announcement from Netflix, the Sonic the Hedgehog Netflix series, now titled Sonic Prime, was officially announced. Not just that, but with a bunch of info on the series, such as its synopsis taking place in the Shatterverse. It sounded a little darker, more mature, taking Sonic on a character-focused route. Not Sonic Boom, which was a sarcastic sitcom, which yes, I enjoy, but was part of a side series that's effectively dead now. That doesn't matter anymore. This will be using the modern characters, using the modern lore, taking the real Sonic the Hedgehog on a new journey. And that was exciting. And then boom, for the rest of the month it was just news after news, every day. This person's leaving the series, this person won't be voicing a character in Sonic Prime. Oh, Mike Pollock's staying, but I think that was expected because at this point he technically classifies as a mortal. What's this? Ryan Drummond's agent sent an email. He might be voicing Sonic again! Spoiler alert, that didn't happen. But this month was crazy. It wasn't just Sonic Prime and voice actors. It was also Sonic Movie 2 because the title was officially confirmed along with the release date, as well as the announcement that there will be a proper toy line this time around because there won't be redesign issues. February was an absolute solid month of announcements. But then we carried on to March. I'm gonna be honest, March was a weird month. There was some cool stuff, like the Sonic Movie 2 officially began filming, there was a new Sonic card game coming out. That's cool, I guess. And outside of that, we really didn't receive much. This was a slower month, but at the same time, I feel like Sega and Paramount and whoever has rights to Sonic kind of blew their load all in February. There was just an announcement day after day that month. So yes, while there really wasn't anything that crazy in March, I think it was deserved, if that's the right term, because we got so much stuff at the very tail end of January and all of February. But April wasn't gonna take it that slow. Early on in April, we got some proper official leaks. Something popped up on a foreign website talking about a Sonic Colors remaster coming out, including all the different platforms, the prices. What could this Sonic Colors Ultimate thing be? This wasn't fake, this wasn't 4chan or Reddit, this was a legitimate website. This had to be legit, right? Well, we didn't really hear anything about it for the rest of the month. But like I mentioned, in March, the Sonic Movie 2 did begin filming. And with filming movies on location, people are gonna have access to take set photos. And they'll of course leak, and there was some, like Jim Carrey floating in the air. Okay, that's cool, some ones of Tom and Maddie. But this one kind of broke the internet. That's right, this image right here of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles absolutely shocked the world. While there were reports from the Illuminati about Knuckles being in the movie and Jason Momoa supposedly being offered the role, none of that was confirmed, and I feel like everybody was taking the whole Knuckles thing with a slight grain of salt. But this right here, this is physical, tangible proof that Knuckles is in the movie and he looks great. Yes, this is a statue, but from everything we saw, this looks really great. It looks just like Knuckles pulled out of the games. While this month wasn't absolutely jam-packed with news like February, the leaks or official announcements that we did get were extremely substantial, and they showed a glimpse at Sonic's future and what we could expect. It had Sonic fans talking and the fan base active, and at the end of the day, that's what's most important, making sure that people have something to talk about at least. But let's say April wasn't for you, and it wasn't a great time to be a Sonic fan in your eyes. I'm sure 100% May made up for that. The month started off pretty light with some minor additions to the Sonic mobile games, such as Vector being added to Sonic Dash 2 Sonic Boom, which was so unexpected. Sonic Boom is the franchise's equivalent of the redheaded stepchild that went down the wrong path and started doing heroin on the side of the road asking for money. The fact that in the year 2021 it got an update after not being touched since its launch is mind-boggling. I'm not sure what was going on with Sega's mind around this time of year, but they were really into Vector because he also got added to Sonic Forces Mobile in a new costume, along with Zaz. I'm sorry, but did Sega teleport back to 2014 because these character choices are absurd? Along with that, we got a Danimals crossover, something I never thought I would say in my life. But then we ventured outside of mobile, and we started looking towards some genuinely interesting things. While everybody still had that Sonic Colors remaster in the back of their minds, another Sonic game got leaked around the same time that that statement was said. A brand new Sonic collection was leaked on So Game Lay. I don't know what was going on with this site, I don't know if Sega's ever going to work with them again, but they kept spoiling all their surprises. But if that wasn't cool enough for you, only a couple days after that game leaked, Sega announced Sonic Central, a brand new Sonic livestream event that would announce brand new Sonic the Hedgehog projects, partnerships, and events coming up in the coming years. This is what everybody was waiting for. It was essentially the equivalent of a Nintendo Direct, just with Sonic. This was announced only 2 days before the event was going to happen, so we didn't have a lot to wait. But the following day, we got something very, very big. You guys remember early on in the year when there was so much drama and discussion going on about Sonic the Hedgehog voice actors, who was leaving, who was staying, who was working on what? It was so big and blown out of proportion in the Sonic the Hedgehog fan base. It was like the end of the world. But then, the day before Sonic Central happened, it was announced that Roger Craig Smith would be returning to voice Sonic the Hedgehog in future video games. Wow, what a wait. No details were given on exactly how this happened or what went on in the first place to where he left the character. We all knew that it was just entirely blown out of proportion. All of this drama was meaningless, and spoiler alert for later on in the year, the entire voice cast that has been with the series for so long is still a part of the franchise after so many people said they were leaving and didn't know what was gonna happen, and every Sonic fan on the planet was talking about it. All of that stuff that happened meant nothing. Everybody is back voicing their respective character. What a series of events, if I do say so myself, Jesus. But the next day was Sonic Central, and we got so much information. There would be a Sonic Symphony coming up on Sonic's birthday, there would be a variety of different events going on inside of other video games and crossovers. But not just that, that leaked Sonic Colors remaster was officially announced, and it was called Sonic Colors Ultimate. This game was so popular and successful when it first released, but unfortunately as time's gone on, it's soured a little bit in Sonic fans' mouths, so maybe an update to modern platforms, giving it a new makeover, adding some new features, would soften the game up in some fans' minds. We'll talk about that later. But the party didn't stop there. The other Sonic game that was leaked, the Sonic Collection, was announced as well, and it would be called Sonic Origins. It would include Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic CD, Sonic 3, and Sonic and Knuckles. Sonic 3 and Knuckles has been missing for so long. We haven't had a re-release of that game in forever, and it would finally be coming back. And outside of some more miscellaneous announcements, the big thing to come out of Sonic Central and what really got everybody talking was the very end, where an anonymous teaser trailer was revealed for an upcoming Sonic game coming in 2022. This sent everybody into a tailspin. There was so much Sonic content announced in just one day. But the day wasn't done yet, because the game that was teased towards the end got leaked. From the press release from Sega themselves, URLs, and metadata, we knew that the name would be Sonic Rangers. With this information, people went to 4chan to put in the name Sonic Rangers and found multiple leaks that perfectly aligned with the teaser trailer. Some of these dated all the way back to 2020 and confirmed that this would be, in fact, the very first open world Sonic game. This got everybody talking, obviously. There was so much to look forward to, the first open world Sonic game. So much stuff in one day, and May was honestly a good month as a whole. It was without a doubt the best Sonic month since February 2020. And this discussion carried on into June, which wasn't as big as May. There weren't any really big major announcements. We did get the Sonic 30th Anniversary Symphony, which was really nice, but we also got a leak on Sonic's birthday. Leaked concept art for Sonic Prime was released release. Unofficially, obviously, but it gave us a little bit of look at that multiverse aspect that was mentioned in the press release for the show. There were no plot details or anything like that, but from what was shown off, it looked really interesting. July was definitely a slow month, really just mobile content and merchandise, which is a constant really throughout the year. But honestly, with the amount of news and everything that you're getting from those prior months, I don't feel like there should be too much expectation for news. The marketing campaign for Sonic Colors Ultimate was really just going on every once in a while with some art coming out or some trailers, nothing too crazy. The same definitely applied to August as well, just some Sonic Colors Ultimate stuff and nothing really else. Except for one thing with the Sonic Movie 2, because while all of this news was going on with the Sonic the Hedgehog video games and stuff like that, the Sonic Movie 2 was still filming. And while there was no trailer, we did get an official announcement, and that was in relation to Knuckles, who, remember, was leaked in a set photo. So we already knew that he was coming. But along with this teaser poster of Knuckles, it was announced that Idris Elba would be voicing the Red Echidna himself. This was amazing news. After rumblings of Jason Momoa potentially getting offered the role, and fans really pushing for The Rock to play Knuckles, which is strange because they usually push for video game voice actors to retain their roles, so that should have told you something. But the reception to this Idris Elba news was amazing. Everybody was really excited about it, as they should be. Idris Elba is an amazing actor, and having somebody with that kind of star power attached to Sonic is just also amazing. It provides credibility and respect to the franchise. They're not just getting your Joe Schmo off the street. This is an A-list Hollywood star, and spoiler alert, the guy genuinely cares about the character and wanted to make sure that his motivations were right and freaking studied Sonic lore. What a chat. I can only hope to be like Idris Elba one day. Yeah, that's kind of impossible, actually. We also get the Sonic Colors Rise of the Whips animated shorts, and, well, I think everybody can acknowledge they're probably the weakest out of all the ones we've got so far. I still personally enjoyed them and thought they were great. There's just some things I would clean up in the writing. I still don't like the depiction of Sonic. But yeah, August was great. So next was September. Oh god. Yep, it's the month of Sonic Colors Ultimate, ladies and gentlemen. And the dread you hear in my voice isn't about the game itself. I actually like Sonic Colors Ultimate a lot and think it's great. Should have been released in the state it was on the Nintendo Switch? No. Could there have been some bug cleanups? Absolutely. But I still think it's a good game, and it's a good game now. If you buy it, you won't have any issues with it. Trust me. The reason I was dreading talking about this month was because it was such a negative and toxic point in time for the Sonic fanbase. It's another example of some of the Sonic fanbase being extremely hyperbolic, blowing things incredibly out of proportion, treating things like it's the end of the world when it's just an issue on one console that's inevitably going to be fixed. People were treating this like it was the end of the world, that Takashi Iizuka just ran inside of their house and killed their whole family. This is not okay. I'm not trying to excuse this, but some people just want something to complain about, and this doesn't just apply to Sonic fans, it applies to everybody in general. People just like to be mad at things. And while yes, there were issues with Sonic Colors Ultimate and I addressed them in my review, this game honestly reminded me how much I liked Sonic Colors. I kinda allowed all the negativity towards this game in recent years to get to my head and make me think it's not as good as it was, but this game is really good and really fun. I don't think any of the additions to this game were particularly good, like Rival Rush, the Jade Ghost Wisp. The customization was neat, but still, it wasn't very diverse. I'm glad they added it because you definitely need to add something on if you're going to charge $40 for a 10-year-old game. But nothing was necessarily outstanding, but I wasn't really expecting that either, so it's fine. What worked about Sonic Colors Ultimate is what worked about Sonic Colors. It's a good game, it's a fun game, and I enjoyed it. It's just the discourse around this was so toxic and people honestly just lying and making stuff up. Like, did you really need to go out of your way to fake glitches so you can make the game look worse? I know it sounds like I'm sucking this game off, and it's not perfect by any means. There's no reason for me to be defending this game. I'm not getting paid by Sega. I just enjoy it. And that is what matters most with Sonic, if you're having fun. And that was September. We got some miscellaneous stuff once again, but this was mainly a Sonic Colors Ultimate month. But then October came, and it was a slower month, I'm not gonna lie. But we did get the announcement that Sonic would be coming back to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which was awesome. But low-key, outside of that, that was it. The first Sonic Movie 2 footage got screened, and there were some hints coming from the Sonic Movie 2 Twitter, but that was literally it. Nothing else significant came out of October, unfortunately, but after having a month as chaotic as September, I think there needed to be some cooldown. But don't worry, because November had info in spades. Kicking off the month, Sonic Frontiers got trademarked by Sega, a long-rumored title that would be replacing Sonic Rangers, and them actually trademarking that basically confirmed that that was the actual name of the upcoming Sonic game. Knuckles got out of the Fall Guys? That's something. And honestly, even though nothing came out of this, Paramount was like hinting at a Sonic Movie 2 trailer happening on Thanksgiving low-key. and it didn't happen, which was really funny. Since I was in New York City for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which is on Thanksgiving, so I was like low-key praying to God that the trailer wouldn't drop so I can do a proper reaction and breakdown. So thanks, Paramount. And that's really all that came out of November. It was showing some promise and giving hints that something could be coming. But December, man, honestly, might have been the best month out of the year. Kicking off the month, it was discovered that there was a Sonic Frontiers web domain, and it was official. This was appearing a couple days before the Game Awards, and while I don't think anybody was saying that it was going to be at the Game Awards, actually there were a lot of people saying that, but it wasn't like a foregone conclusion or that was what everybody was predicting. But then, the next day, it was announced that a Sonic announcement would be at the Game Awards, and I think we all knew it was going to be Frontiers. And then Paramount was like, you know what, Sake of America, you're kind of stealing all of the spotlight. Let's drop some announcements on these people. They officially teased that a trailer would be coming. Colleen O'Shaughnessy was announced to be the voice of Tails, and then the next day, the movie poster dropped with the announcement that the Sonic Movie 2 trailer would be at the Game Awards. But not just that, it was also confirmed that the next game would be at the Game Awards, which further solidified that Frontiers would be there. And then we got our first looks at Sonic Movie 2 and Sonic Frontiers, the sequel to the Sonic the Hedgehog movie and the first ever open world Sonic game. Yeah, I know, this kind of went by really fast, didn't it? This was a great month for Sonic, and honestly, I think I preferred this to May. I mean, we got trailers for two of the biggest Sonic things happening in recent years, like that's insane. The movie trailer was absolutely amazing, and while I think the Sonic Frontiers trailer underwhelmed in some ways, and honestly I've seen nothing but skepticism from Sonic fans, people are still looking forward to it, and there's still a lot of promise in it. Nobody's saying it's going to be bad, but people want to see gameplay. It was then announced that the entire voice cast would be returning to the game, and outside of some really cool miscellaneous announcements like the Sonic Lego set and some merchandise, and Sonic being in Teslas now, this was an amazing month, and there's no better way that they could have ended the year. And there you go. 21 minutes later, Sonic's 30th anniversary is wrapped up. This was a really great year for Sonic, and definitely way better than 2020. Even though we did get the Sonic movie in 2020, like I said, the year kind of tapered off towards the end. But this year really delivered, especially towards the end, and I feel like I might come down on this year later because the end was so great, but at the same time, they spaced things out pretty well. The year kicked off with a bunch of announcements, and then the middle of summer, we got a bunch of stuff as well, and then right towards the end, we got probably the most significant stuff yet. Not to mention, we also got a video game, merchandise throughout the year, the comic book series is still running strong, and while there were no movies or TV shows, we know that those are in the pipeline and coming next year. This was such an amazing year for Sonic, and I'm so happy. And while I like 2020 for Sonic, I mean, we got a freaking movie, I think that I like this one even more. I'm gonna give this year an 8.5 out of 10. It doesn't quite reach that 9 for missing some of the content that could really put it there, but dude, this was such a good year, man. It was so fun, but not just for the Sonic franchise, but for me. Last year in 2020 is when my channel kinda really took off. It's when I actually started to try to make Sonic content, become a big Sonic YouTuber, and it actually happened, and that was really cool. And I'm not gonna lie, I was really scared going into 2021 because it's his 30th anniversary and I knew it would be a really big year. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to keep up. I wasn't sure if people would just forget about me because the drought's over. But you guys stuck by me and grew this channel to over 50,000 subscribers. I've had some of my biggest, most successful videos, some of my favorite videos have come out this year, and I've made some amazing memories. I've met some of my favorite people in the world. I've been able to travel the world. This has been the greatest year of my life. And it sounds really stupid, but I thank Sonic a lot for that. And I thank you guys a lot for that, because I'd have nothing without you guys. I know it's a tried and true statement when somebody says they enjoy a year and that the next year will be even better, but truly, next year will be even better. There's so much stuff going on. There's so much content coming out. It is going to be the biggest year in Sonic history. It's going to be an incredible journey, and I hope you guys come on that journey with me.
I'll be thinking with you.